Hello everyone and welcome to another Apex Legends video. Today I'm going to be going over my basic warm-up guide that I've been using for the last couple seasons. I usually adjust it every couple weeks, maybe every couple months. It depends on how I'm feeling with the game and how many changes there are, as well as how I'm feeling with how my game's going. So today I'm just going to run you through my basic guide on every step that I take when I'm doing a warm-up. And this isn't like a practice guide. This is just a warm-up guide, something you do for 5 or 10 minutes before you hop into a match. Get your hands warm, get everything going, get your aim ready. And so quickly, I'll just switch over to the game here, so you can see what I'm looking at. And when I first hop in, things to be mindful of is if you're warming up for arenas, you can kind of pick and choose the guns you want to use, because you'll pretty much be guaranteeing what weapons you're going to be using with what attachments. Whereas if you're going to do Battle Royale, you want to be making sure you're practicing with a variety of different weapons. You want to be able to pick up anything in game last second and be able to fight with it, especially off those early game drops. If you're going to be doing ranked and you're dropping in a hot spot, you want to be able to pick up whatever weapon you see and be able to fight well with that weapon. So in this case, I'm just going to act as if this is my arenas warm-up. And what I'll usually do is I will run over to, because in the early rounds, if you watched my last video, the buy guide, I'm usually using a Mozam, especially in the early rounds. And I'm just going to act like this is going to be a gray Mozam. And then I'll run over to the alternator or R99. We'll start with the alternator. Grab some ammo for that real quick, and we'll just grab some. What I'll usually do for the alternator though is I'll go with a fully kitted alternator, and I'll show you why in a moment here. What am I missing? Right, laser sight. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is I'll come to this center pad here, and you see these 3 targets here. I'm just gonna practice my hip firing, and so what you'll try to do is hit for 100 on all 3 in one magazine with a fully kitted. So there's 100, there's 100, and I used too much ammo, so I'm not gonna be able to get it. There's 100. Oh, I missed, so we'll have to try again. And I'm just doing this over and over until I can consistently do it, and the faster I get through it, there we go, there's 1. Faster I'm able to get through these, better. And so you want to be focusing on the parts of your game that you're having difficulties with, things you're noticing that are going wrong in game. And for me, a lot of times it's hip firing and panicking, being able to control my hip fire from far away. And as you'll notice, I'm instinctively strafing. Sorry about that. And when the reason for the instinctive strafing is because I've trained myself to just do this all the time, but being able to strafe is going to cause you to be a little bit more realistic about how you're going to be acting in fights, because you want to be strafing and moving all the time. You don't want your target to know where you're going to go, and you don't want your enemy to be able to predict your movements, because then you'll be more likely to lose your gunfights. So after I've gone through, I've done a couple of those hundreds. These are some bad examples. Still just warming up for the day. Then I'll grab my Mozam, and I'm gonna try and crouch and move as much as I can, and I'm gonna use these targets, and we're just gonna try and get them in a clip. In this case, he didn't die. And then I'm just gonna slide across, and I'm gonna do these from 3 different ranges. So if you see these little lines, I'm using those as indicators for where I should be standing. Slide over to the next guy, hit some slide shots. Ran out of ammo, this guy's not it. And I'll just keep going back up and down the line. Strafing, crouching, jumping around, sliding. Just trying to make sure that my shots are right on point, no matter what kind of moving I'm doing. In that case, he didn't die again. 1 shot though. I'll practice a little bit of my movement. I'll do some wall jumps. I'll try and hit shots with wall jumps. I'll do some zip lining if I could hit it. So I'll do some zip lining into some crouch strafing jump shots. And then once I've kind of done it from a closer range, we'll back up a little bit. We'll do it from a farther range. Move on to the next one. Try and hit it with a slide. Couldn't get it because we were a little bit too far away. We kept hitting the ground. I'll use these things as cover, practice moving and ducking around cover. Got all three, and I'll do this, I'll usually do it 3 times for each target. I didn't grab enough ammo or a backpack to be able to do this, just because I'm trying to be fairly quick with how I'm explaining this. And then I'll pretty much go through and do the exact same thing with the alternator. And we'll try and get all our shots. Move to this target as quickly as possible, slide in, hit some shots, strafe, jump around. I should probably grab some shotgun ammo while I'm over on this side, so I can continue using this Mozam. And then we'll come back over here, and the next thing I'll do is I'll switch to the R99, and I'll practice jumping from target to target, close and medium ranges, long ranges. Missed a couple shots there. I'll just practice trying to hit all those targets as quickly as I can, as fast as I can. Sometimes I'll go and try and full clip targets. Being able to fully clip is going to help you judge how much ammo you have, how much time it's going to take to empty your clip, and then how to control that recoil, right? And then I'll do the same thing with the targets, just moving around a little bit, in that case we can get them. And then I'll do it even from longer ranges, which is definitely going to be more difficult, but the more shots you can get off, you'll get better at it over time. You'll start hitting more of your shots, and you'll notice a huge difference in game. Warming up definitely plays part into how your game's going to go. In that case we didn't finish him, so I'll just move on to the next one, reload quickly. We're practicing this from all different ranges. In that case, I almost got him. And then, once I feel pretty warm with just like head-on damage and strafing damage, right, things like that, I'll practice a little bit of cover management, right? We'll practice ducking in and out of cover, trying to hit all our shots and kill them when we duck out of cover. Strafing. So it's just these little things of like constantly moving around, trying to practice. You can come up with your own techniques, you can do these all in different orders, but the main thing you want to be focusing on is just improving those areas where you're having a hard time making your shots, things you're noticing in your game that are lacking, and then working with all different kinds of weapons. Especially if you're going to be playing Battle Royale, you want to be working with many different kinds of weapons, because you never know what you're going to drop down and pick up. And like so, often I have an issue with Havoc as a weapon. Let's drop all this stuff. Often I have issues with Havocs as weapons. Energy weapons in general usually give me a hard time, so I'll try every now and then, not that it's the most fun thing in the world for me, but I'll try every now and then to pick up an energy weapon, come in here, and we'll try and hit our shots. And I'm judging how long it's taking to charge that up, right? Close ranges, and then we'll do it from a medium range. As you can see, I missed a lot of shots there. Energy weapons give me a hard time. That time we got some good headshots in. Try and strafe in. Didn't work too well. Grab a wingman here. We'll practice with the wingman for a minute. I'm not going to do this for too much longer because it's all pretty much the same. You're just going to want to practice all these things. A really good practice to do, actually, if you want to give yourself a challenge, is let me just change my legend really quickly. I'll go with Valkyrie because she's easy to do it with. Doing the firing range Easter egg where you activate all the targets as real players like bots. You can do this one thing. Let me just get up here, drop everything we have, and then we'll change our lit. Was I in the wrong spot? I don't think that activated it, did it? No, it did not. Okay, well this is interesting. This is different. This is new. I have not seen that one happen before. What happens if we switch legends again? Okay, let us drop out that time. I don't know why it's not activating. Drop this, change our legend. Maybe it was the legend that just gave us a little bit of a glitch, so I don't know if I heard it that time either. Okay, this is just gonna keep happening. Excuse me. Okay, well if this isn't gonna work. Let me see. Interesting. Let me try this one more time really quickly. Let me see if they're even activated. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, anyway, so you do the Easter egg glitch. Not the glitch, the Easter egg where you get them to turn into bots. And then you'll come and grab weapons you need to work on. Usually I'll grab an alternator. I'll grab some ammo for it. And I'll start with a red shield. And I'll practice going through waves of them. And I'll only hip fire, because in my case I need to practice hip firing. And the goal is to kill 3 waves of 3 without breaking your whole shield. Like if your shield breaks, then you've lost the challenge. Restart, reset, do whatever, count yourself at a loss. And then if you get through all 3 with that, we'll switch to a purple, right? Do it with a purple, change up your weapons, change up your attachments. And then after you've done that, you guessed it, you'll move on to a blue. And if you can do it with a blue without getting your shield cracked, and you get through 3 of them without getting your shield cracked, drop down, go to a gray, and then you can try it with no shields, and try not to get hit once. These are all things that are going to help you keep awareness, keep working on your aim, work on different dodging movements, different strafes, setting yourself up in different ways. There's not really much more else I can think of. Inviting your friends to a firing range match and doing 1-on-1s or 3-on-3s. These things will definitely help you practice with a little bit more realistic gameplay. And it's a little bit more transferable into real games if you're using your friends. 1-on-1s are great if you can find random people to do 1-on-1s with. It'll definitely show you where you're at as a player with your average skill. And yeah, these are all things to consider. You definitely want to be warming up. I would only do it for about 10-15 minutes before each match. Because if you can do it for about 10-15 minutes before each match, you'll definitely see an improvement in your overall gameplay, and you won't have such a hard time hitting your shots and getting into the games. You won't be wasting your first 3 games of RP on getting used to hitting your shots again. And so these are all definitely things to be considering. If I had ammo, I would have killed him, or hit him at least. There's not a lot else I can add to this. Definitely just make sure try for like a week. Just plain warming up before each game. Don't waste your RP. Don't jump straight into a match. Jump straight into a firing range. Practice for about 10-15 minutes. 5-10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, whatever. And then jump into your first game, and you'll definitely notice a difference, and you won't have lost all that RP based on just trying to get your game going and back up to skill from when you last got off the game. So yeah, I really hope you guys found this video helpful. I really hope it gave you some insight, gave you some ideas, because you can definitely expand upon this. You can definitely work your own techniques into it, work your own warm-up portions into it. And I really hope that it's going to help some of you guys do a little bit better and not waste some of your matches in the beginning, because warming up really is a huge technique. There's a reason that all the pro players are doing it, and they definitely aren't going straight into a ranked match first game on of the day. You'll never see it. There's no point. You're just going to end up losing your RP. So yeah, I really hope you guys did enjoy. I hope this video was helpful for any of you. If you found it helpful, please leave a comment, let me know. If anybody wants to play, I'll leave my gamer tag below. We can play Apex sometimes. And I believe that's everything. So yeah, everybody have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video.